Welcome, welcome. How you doing, Kyle? Good to see you today. Well, we'll see if the streaming stuff works today. I had to set a lot of stuff up again because it has been a while, so it will see if this cooperates. I guess I think last time I streamed, my internet was kind of. Plus, I gotta watch, see if the Oilers can win a game in the Stanley Cup. They're down 3-0, but we'll see here. So I will have to watch that game on my phone for a bit, and then I will, after the stream, I'll go out and probably finish watching the game. So the farming in real life is going pretty good. We've been done seeding for a while. We were done seeding probably the end of May, I think it was. So yeah, should have been good there. Hold on here, let me catch this stream up. I'm not sure why. It should be live. There, I think I got her caught up. Hey Mason, how you doing, man? My wife wasn't the Flasher. No, we don't go to many hockey games. Every once in a while we'll get Bayer, we'll get some tickets and we'll get some really good seats or something, and we'll take some friends and stuff, but it's kind of about it. So well, we are on to some wheat. We've done some lentils. I am on Raymore. We were playing this on MP, but the server only really plays in the winter, and I think everybody had kind of played enough. So I'm not sure if we'll be on a new map next winter or not. I've been doing a few tweaks to the map and just playing single player myself. Clearly, I didn't spray this field for weeds. That's bad. Which is weird because it actually makes the weeds scattered. Excuse me. Which on a 16x, you wouldn't think they would be scattered like that, but they do. But then after you harvest it, then the weeds go back to being over the whole field. So yeah, the server, nobody plays on the server this time of year because everybody farms, right? So everybody's seeding, and then you got the summer and you're busy, and I've kind of really just been playing lately after seeding when I have time, which isn't much, but I let Courseplay run, and then I go outside and I come back 4 hours later and hopefully they've got stuff done. So that's what I've been doing. Seeding's pretty easy, and I got some guys swathing some flax over there, but we're going to see if we can keep up to 4 ideal combines. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we got 2 carts, so. And I think we're in field. Oh, I guess we'll better. Of course, we got to save. Lots of rain this spring, and you still got guys planting. Interesting. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, man? Andrew, you farm, don't you? Pretty sure you do. I thought you did. Could be wrong. All I know is you do love John Deere. One thing I have not forgotten. My webcam seems to move quite slow, but we'll see. I'm hoping I can keep up with you guys in the stream. I'm hoping, but I'm not sure why this one thing keeps. You guys have any problems with like the live stream, or is it still good? Just finished planting. Nice. I'm hoping my stream keeps up with live. I turned it to low latency, I think was something, so we'll see. From a washout to a drought in 2 weeks. Wow. Stream is good. Okay, well maybe I should get doing something then. I feel like my swather guys are done. Oh wow. I have 2 massive flax fields swathed. Whew, look at that. We'll be getting to that later. Let's get into some wheat. Sorry, I'm rambling on here and you guys are. And yes, we are using John Deere headers because this seems to be the only header that can follow the ground on this map. The honeybee, even if I put the gauge wheels down and have the flexing cutting bar and all that stuff, it still misses some and it just bothers me. So I had to color some John Deere headers, but oh well, no big deal. We're going with that. Oh yeah, I wanted to make sure this was the right field. 66, yes. Now we'll see, I was doing lentils which was 64 and 68. They're already done. And I could keep up with one cart because the lentils are only yielding about 52 bushels or something. The wheat's going to yield around 95. And we'll see with the flax. The flax should be fairly decent. And then we have some canola up here. And then we have a couple cornfields that aren't ready yet. So I think I only farm about, I want to say we're at like 1,300 acres. But something like that. We will get this guy going anyway. Left 2. Be good. I know I haven't streamed in a long time, so. Figured I'd... Well, they all... And for whatever reason, I forgot. I'm not sure what setting I need to change, but if I don't watch them when I first start them, they lift up their header. They always do that. Every single field I go to. And we gotta turn straw off, of course. Okay, I'm not fully prepared yet. Damn it, I lied. Where is the straw in here? Wet or dry? Well, we had really good moisture, like last year for seeding. I want to say we started and we stopped within like 2 weeks. So we got it all done. There was no rain delays. This year we're more like you guys. We're not like super wet, but we had like seed for 2 days, then rain, and then wait a half day or a day, and then seed again for a day, and then rain. So we had about 6 or 7 rain delays. So it took me, we started in April and we didn't get done till the end of May. So it was a full month, pretty much. Full month for seeding. So straw is next tab down here, you're saying? Combine settings. You are correct. I haven't been in here in a while. Deactivated. We can do headlands disabled. Now we're just gonna do it all. So we'll watch this guy. He'll probably lift his header up again. I must be missing a setting for that, but they always do it. I just cut it myself for like 2 seconds, then they don't do it. I don't know why. I bet you if I let him go now, he'll be fine, yeah. Yeah, so it took us longer than usual, but we got it all done, so thanks, Mason, for telling me the right tab. It's been a while. Deactivated. All right, this guy's gonna do this. So just do some combining for ourselves for 2 seconds. It's a Courseplay bug. Yeah, it doesn't every single field. You just have to go past the starting point yourself, and I'm pretty sure I have the newest one, or one of the newest ones. But it's not really that bad, to be honest. So deactivated. Thanks, Rockrop. I haven't streamed in forever, so not sure what it was going to turn out with. And living on the farm, streaming with country. Well, I do have Starlink, so that does help, but it's not like back in the day when I was before I moved back to the farm. That was the good old days. I think we had really good internet back then when I first started streaming. Oh, I've already used this guy, I guess. Already got a straw swath. Don't like that I can't. Oh, I guess I won't see Inspector in my combines, will I? Thought I should. Do I have it off? Nope. There we go. There's Inspector. All right. I already had this guy on, apparently. Where's straw? Deactivated. Damn it, I didn't do this guy far enough. See, this is what I mean. Got to deal with this kind of stuff. Rough start, boys. How do you get the straw like that? That is part of Thunder's... I want to say it's his advanced add-on, which he does have. I think he's bundled it all into there now. Don't quote me on it, but he did release a release version on itch.io. I know he's doing new stuff. Like I've got moisture in here, and I think my wheat's 13.8 right now, it says, for moisture. I have some drying bins, which I dried lentils in, so I might have to move them. But this is only for like base game crops like lentils and flax and all that stuff. It doesn't leave this kind of straw stuff because that's something, obviously, he's only built it for the base game. So I'll have to go in and add that for that stuff. But I actually didn't think about it the other day, so... And these other guys are going to be way ahead, and they're going to be full, and... Oh, that's good. It's going to be hot for you guys then. So we're dry now. We haven't had rain for like a week and a half, but it's like, this is why I'm in right now streaming. Well, other than because I want to go watch the hockey game too, but it is also because we're supposed to have massive amounts of rain. So got everything cleaned up and covers on stuff, and so I'm ready for the rain. Yeah, I'm going to need to get going here. One guy is going to be full in waiting. Sorry, guys, if I'm not keeping up with what you're all saying here. Trying my best. So, hoping we get some good rain. Like, all our crops look really good. We had, like, seeding conditions were, like, awesome. Couldn't ask for better seeding conditions. Hey, there's Cheesy. You know, I was just waiting for that bin setup, but we'll have to go without it. All right. Forget one of these I haven't used yet, but looks to be this one. The other one I was using for lentils, because lentils, you only need 1 2,000 bushel cart to keep up with 4 combines, but... Okay, this one guy is having problems. Come on, buddy, turn. It's not hard. Get your corner figured out. We'll get going, get caught up to these other guys. Clearly, it's not yielding super nuts by any means, but I had to plant some stuff twice, so that sucks. What is the FBTO playing? I'm trying to think of what that would be. Yeah, it's maybe not BTO plan. I think I'm only doing like 1,300 acres, but it's more like BBTO, babysitting BTO, because it's pretty much all I have to do is babysit. Other than I'll run the carts and the trucks because I can keep up because my farm's right here. Courseplay only needs to do combines. Your choice of an F starting. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it could be that too, I suppose. You know what I think? I like having this normal light. Oh, we might be able to catch him over here on some grass areas. Before he has to make a cutout. Try and get some of the stuff off the screen here for you guys. I do like... Oh, this is the new guy. He doesn't have... I don't have my stuff down. What is my wheat moisture? 13.8. I like that. I need to set up the lentil moisture. I just threw it in quickly. The Thunder obviously is not gonna... He only did stuff for like base game crops, right? So I threw it in there, but I don't do lentils. I've never done them. They're Saskatchewan things, so I definitely do some Googling. I need to change some moisture stuff for sure. Because I have them starting at way too high of a moisture when I combine, and like nobody combines lentils at 24%. That's just nuts. It says you start combining between 16 and 18%, and then I think green lentils were dry at 13, or red lentil. I forget. There's 2 different ones, but like I don't do them, so I'm not. Done flax before, but I don't even remember what flax was when we did it. I have to go look at our book when we from our sample stuff or whatever comes with a book and tells you what dry is and kernel weight and all that stuff. I see one combine. They're going to be a little separated, but that's okay. You can deal with that. Should be able to keep up as long as I have one card emptying and running the other card, I guess. I'm actually liking this. I think the stream's running pretty good compared to last time I streamed. It wasn't running very good. I don't have any missed frames. And I feel like the low latency, I'm like talking to you guys in real time, because usually you're quite a ways behind me, it seems, but I think I've always chosen normal latency, and they had a little blurb beside it and said normal latency said that you'll be behind your chat. So I was like, wow, that's not good. Better knock on wood. Yeah, that's true. It is Starlink. And I am out in the country, so you know. Could be worse. Let's say my desk is metal, it's not wood, darn it. Hey Nathan, how you doing, man? How's Starlink? Let's just say it's made living on the farm very doable for my wife and I. Like we like to stream hockey games, or which I should actually be. The hockey game's about to start, I think. No, not yet. Streaming sports and stuff. Like I don't watch much sports, but I really like watching. Like I like watching the Grey Cup. I like watching Super Bowl. I like watching all playoff hockey. Generally, when I'm in the tractor, then I can stream it in there too when I'm seeding and stuff. But yeah, this moisture's going down. We're not gonna have to dry this wheat at all. Although I do have 20% wheat, just like 1,500 bushels in a bin, which is not great. But I start throwing this 13% because this is technically dry. This is dry wheat, so we throw that in there. It should bring that 1,500 bushels down. That shouldn't affect it too much because I'm not putting this in a drying bin. So technically, I shouldn't say a drying bin, aeration bin. And aeration, you can cool like crop temperature like a lot. Like you can basically freeze your crop, but you can't dry it. Like you might be able to dry it 1 or 2 points, but that's all we've ever been able to do. You pretty much need a dryer, or you need to combine it closer to dry. But I'm doing good, Nathan. We're kind of in spray season. We're supposed to be getting a massive storm right now. It was starting to rain when I came in the house, so figured I'd have time to... Wow, I really put my trucks in a really bad spot. Should be having trucks right along the road here. I just try and get them out of the way. Yeah, we're going to bring them over here, I think. Now that we've got a path carved here. You're going to run 7 combines? What? Let me guess. Probably all John Deere's, eh? That's 7, though. That's pretty sweet. All right. When's my next mod release? I have no idea, man. I think about releasing something, and then I just scroll through Facebook pages and look at comments and people, and then I decide that I don't want to release anything. So just feel like there's so many entitled people, and they just feel like there's people asking questions like, Why do people keep stuff private? Like, what is, you know, what goal is that creating? Well, it's not, there is no goal. I work on stuff. Doesn't mean I have to release it. I would like to, but just, I don't know. I just see the way people act, and I just feel like a lot of people don't deserve it, so. And that's not all behind why I don't release stuff. I'm really bad at finishing projects. Most people will tell you that. Like, you're going to see when I go to the farmyard, one of the buildings that I've been working on, and I'm lazy and I have not done the electrical, and so that's what happens when I get lazy and don't want to finish stuff. So yeah, Dan will say for sure. Oh, Dan's gonna watch because he's gonna see the big building that I've been working on. People always want more. Yeah, well, River Bottom, I downloaded his bin site, and I was gonna stick it on here because I wanted to build one myself, but Cheesy's been working on one, and hopefully I'll help him with his, so I'm gonna put it on here. So, well, just give me a second. I gotta get a full truck and trailer here. It's still not done. I need to do electrical, and I got some Smebby stuff that I maybe want to change out because there's some stuff that I've used of his that I said I wouldn't release. So if I want to release it, I'd have to change some stuff. But subpar farming. Oh, hey, Jake. I was gonna say, I don't think anybody's in Discord. No, nobody's in Discord. I'm all by myself. Hey, Bubba, what you doing, man? The 200 by 990? Oh, this one's, well, that's the shop. I don't have that on here because it's not, I don't even have doors on the one end. Like, when I show you pictures, I show you the good side because I'm not done the other side. So I'm pretty good at hiding stuff usually in a picture. This guy might make it. We'll see. But I would like to get that shop done because I'm using the 81 by 120, and it's just, I don't know. It's a really nice shop. NextGen did a really good job on the model, and I feel like I brought it to life really well and added some nice stuff too. But I just need something bigger. It's just too small for me. Oh, hey, Preston, how you doing? Sorry, man, I missed you. Tornado touchdown 2 miles away. Well, I'd be in cover, man. You watch out there. Random FS live search. Had to check things out here. Thanks, Rusty Money. I used to stream all the time. I don't anymore, but feel like I stream stuff that you don't see every day. So large scale farming. Try and be pretty realistic, and you're usually always gonna catch some custom stuff that I built or stuff that Thunder's done, or always something. Well, at least we caught that guy before he got him down a bit, and I should be able to reach all the rest as they come around. I think we're going to be able to keep up just fine. Theft by deception, eh? Yeah. Just like when I show pictures of the Rogator, I don't show very close-up pictures or certain angles because it is a lot of different parts from different modders. And I know it bugs Bob every time that I show a picture of it, so I like doing it a little bit, but it was redone a lot by FS Screenshots. He added the hydraulic hoses and rams, and he added a whole bunch of detail from pictures I gave him, so it is better than the polygonish model. And like Trent Anderson, he modeled the rims for me. I think back then, before I could UDM, I got Razor to do the spec maps and stuff on it and UDM it for me. So I have a lot of different stuff done by different people. And by no means would I ever hide that. I still think it needs some work. I'm supposed to be doing lights on it, which I haven't done, because I know guys on the server would like to use it, so I guess I need to finish that. But so every once in a while, I'll take a picture of something and just hide it in there. I maybe don't necessarily, oh, that guy's empty. Okay. What sprayers we have in real life? We run a Rogator in real life, so hence why I like having a Rogator. You'll probably get to see it in a little bit. I've been spreading some lime with it, but I feel like there's been quite a few. I think we've even had some tornadoes around this area too. So, is this on Patreon? It is not. I don't have a Patreon. Any of the guys I play with do not have a Patreon. We don't believe in that. I've thought, excuse me, I've thought about starting a Patreon, but I don't know how to run it. Because, yeah, it would be nice maybe to get some more support from people, and then maybe I'd be a little more motivated to do releases. But I don't want to have stuff locked behind a Patreon, because then people leak your stuff. And I like if I'm releasing something, I like it to be like error-free. I'm going to be honest, I don't always run it through the Giants test runner, which I probably should. But I'm very picky, so I don't want a lot of people to have it before I have a final version, because like other people... Oh, oops, my bad. Sorry, guys. Like other modders, and I'm not saying this is wrong. Excuse me, I'm getting a dry voice here. Some people put out tons and tons of versions, and I don't know how you keep track of what version people have. Like, and that's fine if that's how people want to do it, but I will not do stuff like that. Like, I even hated having to put a second version of buildings out just to go with Thunder's placeable colors, because some people will not read that they need the updated version and his placeable colors, which I get messages all the time about that. So I just like to have one final good version, and that be that. And then nobody can get confused, but that's another reason why I'm hesitant on Patreon. But, you know, maybe you run it like custom modding. Maybe you get a bunch of people supporting you, and you get it to a really good, you get it to the final version you want, and then you release it a week before you make it public, because that's what they do. You'll see people with their stuff before it's released on the mod hub. So maybe I do something like that, so that gives people an extra week with the mod before everyone else. That's the only way I can see doing it. But all right, sorry, I'll get back to chat here. Hey, Possible Rockets, how you doing, man? Hey, Bar 8 Farms, how you doing? You've had 64 tornadoes? What? How do you avoid all those things, man? That is a lot. I guess if we run 2 carts on each side, I can keep up. Ooh, this guy is about to be full. I've been slacking. I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. You can have a drink of a beverage here. So I don't know, you guys tell me what you think of Patreon. I think it's good and bad in some ways, but that's what I toy around with all the time, because I would, you know, it'd be nice if you get, I know this is supposed to just be a hobby, it would be nice if, you know, you could make a little bit from it. Do spend a lot of hours down here, and that's why I generally keep stuff to myself or share it with guys I play with on the server, because I want some people to eat it. Holy man, the wheat's getting really dry now. I wonder what it's set to go down to. 12.8's getting a little dry. I always had over 80, wow. Because I know, like, if you made it somewhat affordable, though, but you get a bunch of members, like I said, I would be way more motivated to release public stuff if, you know, I was making some money. And I know it's not supposed to be a job or anything like that, but I'm sorry, that's just what motivates people. I'm still going to build buildings, but I'm not going to go through the trouble to finishing them as much as I want for public release. Like, you know, like I said, I have trouble finishing stuff sometimes, so. Yeah, I've heard of that fake guy Mason, so I don't read too much into it, but generally if nobody would have stuff that he could get his hands on in the first place, then I see that somebody released a Larson's Farm shop out there, and it's got my logo all over it. I had to download it just to check it out, and it is... She is a dumpster fire, that is for sure, but... Trophy, there's not. I'm just playing single player, and it's not my map to give out, so... Runs Like Turtle, which he used to have a Facebook page, which I'm pretty sure he's taken it down. Because I can't find it anymore. Unless he blocked me or something, but... he was one that started the map in 19, and like, this is not just for me. This is Drosty and a few other guys too. We figure about 20% was completed. He did a lot of the base stuff, which had to be redone in 22. I hand painted all the farmlands for this map because I haven't figured out I haven't figured out all the other easy ways, and I actually enjoyed hand painting. I think it was 100 and some fields or something. They're pretty easy to do, so I did that, and then I think Drosty in January or maybe last year, he spent like 8 months detailing and working on the map. So like there's trees and bushes. This is a pretty flat area, but most of the roads have ditches. He basically went what was in real life, and there is some fields where they're flat, and I don't know, it's hard to say. There might be a little bit one here, but there is some. You'll see them. I think, though, we're going to have to get some trucks going here. We're not even going to get this guy full. He's just going to go. Get him going. And that's fine. If a kid like that wants to do stuff like that, yeah, it's not great, but... To me, this is by far the biggest detailed 16x Canadian map out there. There's nothing really else that's this detailed. Oh, there's Benjamin. Don't worry. Benjamin's one of the server guys, so he's probably just gonna joke around. We made the mistake of letting Ben have it, so, you know, messed up right there. But yeah, we can cruise around and show you guys a little bit of the map in a bit, but it's just like every bush and waterway and everything. Drosty Egg's pretty much detailed it. Like, this road's a lot higher, so it's definitely not... There is definitely not a lot of flat stuff. There is some flat stuff for sure. And we're on the edge of the one side of the map, so... I think you guys have watched me play some MP on this a little bit, but... Does Giants Ideal miss details compared to the real one? No, they're pretty close. Their color's not right, and the guy that released an American version of the Ideal on the mod hub is also not the right color. Like, we own one in real life. I went out and color matched the panels, and this is the closest as you're gonna get. Like, the panels are in the sun, they kind of look like a dark blue, dark gray. And then other directions, they look black. That is the correct color for an Ideal Combine, and nobody has got that right. Giants has made it all black, and the guy that released the American version on the mod hub, he's got it like a gray. Like, oh, it looks absolutely hideous just because I have a real one, so... Or I shouldn't say I have one. My dad has one. I ran it all last year, but I definitely do not pay for it, so... And Giants has done pretty good. Like, I converted my version of the Combine from 19. So I have the 19 version and the 22 version. And from 19 to 22, they actually added a bunch of updates. So, like, they've changed stuff in the cab. The exhaust is fully closed in. They changed, it's got 2 air filters in the back rather than 1. Like, there's a lot of those little details. The Giants in updates has actually changed But you don't really notice it till you look close. So I've got all that scripted as options. I just haven't got it all fully done yet. But I did see the RBR vector by AWMod, and it must be an older RBR because I feel like the newer ones are higher or have different suspension now. But it looks pretty good. But yeah, so this one I took in Blender, and when Giant skin meshes all their stuff and you go in and separate one thing, you have to go and separate everything that they have animated. So I had to separate the chopper, the grain tank, the auger, the feeder house, everything. I had to separate it all in Blender. And the good thing about it being already skinned, though, is if you middle mouse button it into the proper transform group, you don't have to do any reanimating. It's already animated. You just have to make sure you separate the right piece and put it in the right spot. But it's still, I don't know how many hours I spent doing that, and then take it into game and be like, oh, you know, I missed the chopper knives. Oh, I missed this, and then go back and separate it. And it's not hard by any means. It just takes a long time. So I have chopper widths configurable, so you can, if you're running a 40-foot header, you can make it 40 feet, or you can make it 35, so you have a bit of a gap, or like whatever you want. I think I have from 20 all the way to 60. I have a dynamic fill plane, so when the combine gets really full, it heaps how it should. I've got a bunch of simple ICs, so my panel's all open, which I see somebody's made one on the mod hub. Panel's open, but they added like hydraulic rams, which is 100% wrong. That's not how the panel's open. But anyway, I'm not gonna fuss on people's work too much. If that's what they want to do, then all the power to them. Your edit of the AGI West Steel misses the animation. Most likely, Rockets, yes. You probably haven't fully separated it in Blender or put it back in the right transform. If you mess stuff up, it really messes things up. If you go in and change things, you have to make sure you're not changing the order of stuff, or else you'll knock it out how it's been scripted. So everything's scripted with the number in a certain position, so as soon as you change that around in the scenograph, you'll have problems. So you always have to be mindful of that. You can't just take stuff and start putting it wherever. You have to watch very carefully where you put it. Guess we should get dumping that other truck, because this is going to be a full-time job. I might miss the first period of the Oilers game, but they're down 3-0. I really would like to see them win 4 straight. I thought I should go see what the betting odds are if you bet them to win the Stanley Cup in 7. I bet you'd make some pretty good money. I feel like they've outplayed the Panthers 2 out of 3 games, but Skinner needs the goaltending needs to step it up a bit, and I don't know what you do. And when Bobrovsky for Florida is just an absolute brick wall, I don't know what you do about that. Dan, are you still here? He's been waiting to see the update on the building. This truck's gonna be full. Gonna be I gotta turn the saving off for now. Let me turn it off for now, and then we'll just have to remember to do it later, hopefully. Or maybe we'll change it to half an hour or something, because every 15 minutes going into the menu is kind of annoying, and it takes a while to save as well. I guess we're going to turn it off for now, so hopefully we don't mess up the game. All right. Genesis West. This guy should figure it out. Let's get to the farmyard. Oh, okay, well, that's not going to work coming in that way, boys. Not sure if I've ever used this one Kenworth on these trailers, because it really does not like turning. Kind of, guess I need to make a point to the other one so they come in the other way. That would be more ideal than that way, but... I've always used this truck on Load Kings, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so we already have wheat in this bin. Look at that. Moisture's going down already because we're putting in such dry stuff. So we got 1,500. I added some drying capabilities to these bins, so they're dried lentils down to 1515. We got some in there. These have all been done by guys on the server, Durosty and Maple Creek. And here's the big beauty. Put that autosave mod on? I should, I suppose. I always see random use it, but I've never used it. So this is, I forget how big it is. Is it 350? 120 by 350 or something? And you can change roof color, trim color. I don't have eaves troughs on here yet. Window color. There's a trigger. I can remove these windows completely. I'll show you on the other side. These things are all supposed to be gray metal, just like the top, but clearly I haven't got the color right on that. It's a Smebby's RAM and door thing here. So if I do release the building, this will not be on it. I'll put something else there. I did have to skin all the hoses though to make them work, which Dietz helped me out with that. So we got a couple big drills in here. And then a side door. So I did make... We're gonna run behind here with the combines, but where's my trigger? I think it's here. So you step in this trigger and you can get rid of this door if you don't want it. But I want it, so it's there. It takes a lot of work to make that stuff happen. And then same with the trigger here, and you can get rid of the windows. Just have a plain door if you want, and I've been doing this on lots of stuff. I just haven't released anything with it on it, but I see lots of other people are doing it now too. Saying it's the first ever in FS. Well, not really the first, but you just go look at those Euro boys. They've done it all before us American farm sim guys have done it. So yeah, that shed's pretty huge. Yeah, this auger does not slip out of place. I don't know what FS screenshots did to it, but it does not slide. He's a beauty auger. And we took the collision off because this is how we like to unload. This is a Radano, you can pull it up like a Radano does, but when you're playing, you don't really want to do that. Alright, I'll get this guy going, then we need to get him out of here. What are my combines looking like? We're gonna be close here. Are they coming out with a new map? I have no idea, man. I just know that it was leaked that there's an FS25, so that's all I know. You're probably not going to know anything till FarmCon, because I'm assuming that's when they're going to announce it. Yeah, I'll have to look at putting that autosave in, see if I like it. Yeah, and I'm not sure if he did anything or not. Like maybe still like OS Farms, he's still a really good modder, so I'm not sure why his auger has problems with that, but he's not. Oh man, we're gonna be down this wheat field quick. You guys will get to see some flax here. All right, who needs me? The guy that needs me, probably I can't get to. Oh no, these guys up here are the leading guys, so they're gonna need me first. So like, yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is, because like OS, he does really good stuff, so I'm not sure why. He might have fixed that in his updated version that he hasn't released yet. I know he sent it to me, and there were still some things, I think like the end spout, the crop wasn't scaled or something, so I told him about a couple things, but I think he's busy with his map, so. But yeah, I've never seen FS screenshots, his brand augers slide. Don't think ever. Could be wrong, but you probably get to see, look at that heap there. Got a bit of heap on the combine there. Probably could make it a little bit more, but we got to him just in time. Definitely need 2 carts for this, though. I don't think you keep up with 1, that's for sure. So yeah, on this I got a bunch of different auger options. I got a flag on the auger, flag on the back. They all got little colored, little like LED light things, so at night they're all different colors. And then we got numbers as well, a whole bunch of things. Well, I'm glad you like it, Possible Raucous, because I feel like not many people play this way. The realism, the people that play the most realistic in FS are usually the least watched. Just gonna say that. The people that play the most unrealistic and, you know, building $100 million farms and farming with headers that, you know, do 100 feet at a time, those are the people that get the most views and the most watches. I guess maybe that style's just more popular for people watching because it's arcade-like, and I mean, Farm Sim's meant to be played all sorts of ways, so I'm not saying there's, you know, I'm not saying they can't play that way. It's Farm Sim's meant to be very arcade-like, so people can pick it up and play it and drop it and, you know, not have to deal with moisture and waiting for your crops to dry and, you know, your combines going. Like, we're still probably going way faster than this combine would in wheat. We wouldn't be probably going 6 miles an hour, but nobody wants to do like 4 miles an hour. Same with seeding. Nobody wants to actually go 4 miles an hour with a seeder, even though you're still going pretty slow. This is my Fent, you betcha. And I've always been wanting to work up to use it, but I'm like, you know what? New game's coming out. I might as well just start playing with it. I always want to work up to getting the Fent, but then I never end up playing with it, so. Problem is we're going to have to be getting to our other... We're not almost going to barely get to this guy. Ooh. My combine's all simple IC, so you can fold the hopper down, you can fold the auger. I got rid of all the giants, basic stuff. I hated hitting X. You still have to hit X to put the ladder out or like unfold the combine technically, but none of the stuff actually folds with it. It's all simple IC. So I hate when you hit X and it puts your hopper in. Well, maybe I want to, you know, put my hopper down, but I don't want to fold my auger. Or maybe I want to keep my ladder out when I'm driving down the road or not. Like, I don't like that. I don't like having that restriction. Yeah, good thing we got 2 carts, because we are going to need them. I'll come back to that guy. We'll have to get this other guy first. Yeah, well, I do have the green star on it, but I didn't put it on here. I put that on for the guys on the server because they like their John Deere GPS. You'll get to see her when we get done this field, or I can show you in a bit. See how long I stream for. I've been streaming for an hour. I might stream for one more, and that way I don't miss too much of the hockey game. And I get why Giants does that, because like I said, they want it. They want somebody to be able to pick up the game and go out and combine and be like, huh, I can't. How do I get this to unfold? Like, if people don't understand how a combine works, so I get they want one button that unfolds everything, so I totally get why it's like that. And most people don't get that. They think, well, that's just not realistic enough, and Giants doesn't care. That's not what Giants is at all. They care, but they're trying to appeal to the biggest audience possible because they want the most people to play their game. It's not that Giants can't make the game more realistic. They totally can. They just, if you make it too realistic, then you're gonna, like us people that like to play realistic, we're a very small portion of people that play the game, and that doesn't make them money. And at the end of the day, if you want to keep working on a game, you need to be able to pay your employees. You need to make money. So all these little young kids on Facebook ranting about realism and stuff, they just don't understand all the stuff that goes on behind it. And I'm sorry, but Giants slowly adds more realism in as they can, but they also need to have the options there for it to be arcade so that, like I said, 14-year-old can just pick up the game and go out and combine. He doesn't have to understand how combining works or how farming works. He just goes and does it. And I'm pretty sure they'll always be like that. Sorry, I'm ranting quite a bit, but when I see people go off on Facebook about it, and it's like, come on, like they're just a young kid. They don't understand. It's really quite simple why Giants does what they do. And why they only go so far with realism. You get it, Bucket. If they make it super realistic, who would actually want to play it? Because there's some stuff in farming like, okay, you go load a truck. Well, to load a super bead, depending on what size of auger you have, you might be 45 minutes. If you got an 8-inch auger, you want to sit there and load your truck for 45 minutes? Because that's realism. Now, and I get some of that can never be in the game, so there is, like I said, there's give and takes to when you can use realism and not, but Giants will probably always be this way, and I know they're trying to cater to everyone, but they'll always go with the bigger audience because they have to make money to keep producing their game, so it's just called being a company. And I think you're going to see them get better and better with bigger size maps. I wouldn't be surprised if you would see what we call a 4X, a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if you see something like that in the next game. I think they're making leaps and bounds with how big of maps you can do, or at least that's my hope. So I don't think that's out of the question. But again, it's all limitations, right? So all right, we got to get this guy unloading. Does the silo you added drying capabilities actually dry the grain? It does, and that's all because of Thunder. That's part of his advanced add-on, which is, you know what? I don't think I have him in my, I'm going to have to add him into my description. I didn't do that. I totally forgot. I'm going to plug his name so much, but I forgot to put him in the description. God damn it. I'm so sorry, Thunder. EE field was 6. Yeah, this is Jake's field. So he's added it so you could technically just have air on a bin, and you could, the grain goes in that bin, you can make it dry that grain, which is not realistic, like I said, but has that capability. you can go in and you can make it only dry the grain down 2 points or 1 point or half a point. You can control all of that, so it's totally up to you. I don't know if this one guy, he should... We're going to have some really screwy stuff up going around this stuff over here, so let's see what happens. Yeah, they got deer in the sky. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we redid the collision mask for this stuff, but they're always in the air until you run by them and then they fall down. I'm not sure what is the... Like I said, it was... Drosty had never done a map before. None of us really knew what we were doing. So, I mean, it's still a fairly decent map for nobody really knowing how to map. So, I don't think this map will be released. Don't get me wrong. I have no idea. As far as I know, I don't think it will be. I don't think it's fully... Like, as I play it, I do find things that it has issues with, and it's wrong with it. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if it would be good enough to release publicly, or if that was ever the plan, or I only helped do some stuff, so I wouldn't even have a say if it was released. Well, I would hope I would have a say, but I didn't do the majority of it. He's got a release version on his itch-o. And the drying stuff should be on there, and he's got an example of a dryer, so you can copy and paste that XML stuff out of there and put it in something else if you wanted to. But then you can go in there and you can say, okay, I want, you know, if lentils go in this air bin, it would only be able to dry down this much, and so you can either make it dry it all the way down from whatever you combine it at to what dry is, so you can control all of that. I haven't gone in and played with any values, so I can dry down a crop in that air bin, which is not realistic, like I said, but I can do it. I just didn't really sit down and get a bunch of stuff dialed in, so I'm like, I just wanted to dry it, even though it's not realistic at all. Where's my... Come on, hello. There we go. What's going on up here? This guy's blinking. Oh, he didn't quite make it. Thanks, Eric. I didn't do a lot of the visuals. Like I said, I did farmlands and my FS screenshots, did the initial elevator. I kind of added to it, which I might show you guys here once we get this wheel. Once we get the wheat field done, if you're still sticking around, I'll do a little tour and stuff and show some more of it. Hey, Trevor. Hey, Trevor, how come your name is Gray? I'm very disappointed in that. No, I'm kidding. I haven't streamed in forever, so you didn't have to still be a member. How's liking John Deere working for you? Got you far in life? You're in for the rest of the stream. Well, hopefully we'll see. Do need to check the hockey game here. I do want to go watch a bit of the hockey game when I... Excuse me, I should be muting my mic here. Let's see here. Looks like the Panthers are winning 2-1, which is... Well, never mind. Oilers are up 2-0. You know what? That is a really good start, because they need to win. And I think the Edmonton Oilers, they have some of like the biggest 50-50 in like Canadian hockey or something. I bought tickets. I think it's up around 6 million. So see if we can get lucky and win it. And I'm surprised you're not a member either, but I don't stream anymore, so it's no hard feelings. I really dropped the ball on the member section. I didn't really do much. I always wanted to make something of it, but it is life. Yeah, I'll give you guys a tour in a bit. I want to get this wheat stuff. It won't take long, really, to get this wheat field done. Not with the 4 combines. They'll make pretty quick work of it, so. And if you're not here when I do it, then you can always come back and watch it later. So I got to go back to the farm. I got to get pickup headers on. We got some flax to pick up. I get swathed all the flax, so I'd be careful I don't get too far ahead of these guys because they say that I block them apparently. Yeah, I don't really care for the small field stuff, and this stuff's all relative size. I think this field's over. Well, this field is probably almost 2 quarters. I'll have to actually. Oh, we got a guy that's struggling already. That's nice. Have to see which guy that is. I think, is that my number 1 guy? Left 2, that is. No. Well, they are going to get a little messed up here because there's a line going right through this one. So clearly, Courseplay does not detect this. I think it detected the other one, but it did not detect that, which is unfortunate. I don't... what lines are we looking for here? That line's going that way, so yeah. Be his next pass. Oh, this other guy is going to need to be unloaded, so he's going to stop here. At 99. Darn it, I didn't get there in time. Blocked by an object. Yeah, another guy's run into a tree. I'm surprised because they usually are fairly good about going around the lands. Oh, this guy's going to want to go. Oh, okay, I'll get turned around. Sorry, buddy. I believe they're all going to run into that tree by looking at the line, so we'll have to do it for each combine, which is not a big deal. How's the work on the... Yeah, it's getting there. I can show you guys. It's nowhere near ready to be released or used. Or I'm kind of holding off because if they do update the Borgo pack in the new game, then those carts would be in there and then it'd be a waste of my time. So I'm not sure I'm going to finish it for 22 because they'll do a way better job. I'm doing the tank and some other stuff, but I'm not doing the frame, and they've changed a bunch of stuff, and I'm not really good at modeling that stuff. I can do buildings, but I'm not good at mods or like vehicles per se. So that's not my forte, so I'd rather giants do it, but I did have like the boom scripted, which I have to skin hoses for because the hoses don't move, and it's Mr. Flop. It's Thunder's farming mods, and it's an advanced add-on. I do believe that's part of in there. Thunder's probably gonna hate me after and be like, "You didn't say it right." Haven't got any messages from him yet, so we're doing all right. If anybody badmouths him, I will ban you. I've seen some people say some stuff about him, and that guy spends a lot of time writing a lot of stuff and not really getting a whole lot of anything for it or recognition, so people need to be a little more respectable. And try not to use his stuff for views. That really bothers me. There's some YouTubers out there that's what they do, so that's all right. They'll get their karma in the end. Oh, see, we're gonna have some problems here. Might run in each other as they do the lands there. So there's always a little bit of stuff going on for sure. Now we're getting to a point where I can't really keep up. Well, I think as you upgrade and somebody has a newer card out, you just automatically buy the new card, right? Like we run the older series. We run the 7,000 series, so we have a 7,700 bushel cart, and I quite like it. Dad was pondering on buying 9,000 series cards. So that's the newer ones with load cells. There's so many nice things about it that would be really nice, but they're just so, well, everything's just so bloody expensive. And we've already had our tank for 8 years. What's another year or two? I think we could. I've made a list of a bunch of stuff that I want to fix on it. So. Oh man, yeah, this is getting we almost need like 3 Super Bees, but I just can't. I guess if I had them set on auto drive to unload, I would have to I would never make a course up to this auger because that course could always change, because there's no way you'll ever get this auger in the exact same position, right? So he does, and I think you'll see him. He says he's slowly pulling away from public stuff because I don't really understand it, but he gets a lot of hate for the stuff he does, and I don't understand why. Like, people, if he takes too long to write something, like, you realize he's rewriting so much stuff to work with the game, and that stuff takes lots and lots of hours. So when people say, I don't know why it's taken him 4 months to write that, that's very disrespectful. And according to him, people have been saying that. So I just don't like seeing that, because half the people that are saying that have no idea what it takes to be a Lua scripter. Absolutely have no idea what it takes. Ben, I don't. Oh, that guy must be stuck. I haven't worked on the shop in I don't know how long. I worked on a bit, I guess, but I've been actually enjoying playing this. I was working on a small shop for Random too, but apparently he got somebody else to make it. Oh yeah, this guy cannot make that approach. This truck struggles with this trailer. It doesn't ever have a problem with load kings, but I don't think I have it slammed at the back, but trailer pushes the truck a little bit too. Never used it on FS Screenshots trailer before, but maybe it's a short, small wheelbase or something I got on it. Well, yeah, you'd be surprised. There's people that say stuff about him that it's taking too long to do stuff, and everything takes so long in this game, and that's just, it's funny how people expect stuff instantly. Oh, did you buy it? Did you buy a Lewis scripting book? I bought that one Giants one, and I've tried to learn some Lua code, and I'll never, it's just something I don't think I'll ever pick up. I'd have to drop something else, playing the game or modeling buildings or something, or, you know, real life farming, which that's not going to happen, but I'd have to drop something in order to have any more time in my day to learn something. So generally I just go to Thunderford, and he's one of the kindest, nicest guys if you treat him with respect. Like he's writing something and I'll message him and he'll drop everything to help me, and I think he does that with like 50 to like 100 other people. So we'd all just leave him alone. He might get something done too. As far as I know, he just released this. I believe this is the trailer he released. Isn't it possible? He has another one that he hasn't released, but I'm pretty sure this is the trailer that he released to the public for you guys. Pretty sure. Oh, we have another. Oh yeah, that one combine's probably stuck, isn't he? We'll go back to him. How far I have to go for this hopper? There we go. Let's go with that other combine. Yeah, I forgot about him. He was still going around. Sorry, buddy. He'll be behind everyone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one I'm using is his version 1. I don't think he ever did he has a whole other trailer that's different than I can show you, but I don't think he released it. He's a pretty busy guy with farming, and kind of like everybody else. You use something for a year or something and you get tired of it, and then you release it. Sometimes you don't want to release your work right off the bat, I guess, but yeah, about the Giants one, and then for the Luas, and there's some simple stuff I can do, but anything really hard I usually message Thunder and see what he can do, like the state controller that you guys are able to use. I commissioned him for that. I was the ping donator behind that. Wow. I came to him with the idea and he made it a thing, so I always say you're welcome, but he's the one that wrote it, so you can say thank you to him too. A couple other things he's wrote for me as well, but I asked him not to release them. So I do have some things that I maybe should show off before 22 is done. Like he made placeable feedlots work, so I can basically have a bunch of different chute models, and he made it so that if you place a chute down, it's got a certain radius, and so I can place a bunch of placeable pens. You can build a feedlot from scratch, and you can back up to that chute, and you can decide any one of the place pens that it detects you can put cattle into. So it's a placeable chute. And I think I showed that off on the server once, and that was it, but he wrote that for me, and I shared it with the guys on the server, and but I'm very generous with my donations, we'll just say that. But I see it as you got to pay somebody for their time, because that stuff takes time, and I'm sorry, people's time is not free. Whether people have a problem with that, I definitely do not. So somebody's willing to do something for me, I'm usually willing to pay for it. But yeah, so we might actually do some placeable feedlots on here, because I feel like just doing grain, this stuff goes way too quickly. Like you seed, you spray for weeds, you harvest, you're done, and here we go. So I think I'll bring some cattle into the mix and we can get some big feedlot going. The silage will be very interesting to do, but I think I can set most of it up with Courseplay and auto drive. So, and yes, I can see my combines are all going to be waiting, but we did pretty good keeping up to them, so not too sad. This is a 10K bushel bin. It's got to be getting close to being full, I would think. Not quite. Take a couple Super B loads yet. Well, a lot of people think stuff should be free, and I get the Giants does not want you making money off mods, but to me, if somebody's willing to pay for it, then why not? Now, writing a Lua and stuff, that would be debatable if it would be against the terms or whatever. But if I physically go to somebody and ask them to write something for me and I'm willing to pay, then I don't feel like there's anything wrong in that. Or if they have a donation page and you just make a really big donation, like, to me, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, they're all full. They're all full, pretty much. Well, we did pretty good keeping up to them, but... Yeah, the smooth wall is public, and then I think I have his other one in here too. Yeah, this one. This one is the one he hasn't released. Corrugated walls or whatever. I don't think he's released that one, so... Oh yeah, we got an inside shop on Raymore as well. On the Mapper's Paradise. Kind of, not super great Monette shop. It's not bad, but if you look up close at most of the texture, it's not very good. Yeah, that's the thing. Some people will pay for it and some people won't, but... To me, that should be between the two parties. You shouldn't maybe, publicly be presenting that, but if somebody wants to send a really nice donation, then that should be, I think that's fairly welcomed. Sure, I've been ranting a lot, but you guys are... Oh, okay, so Panthers have scored, but Oilers have against. It's 3-1 in the first period. Wow. Now, if they can hold on to that... I don't want them to get swept, but I'm going to have to go watch one of these periods. But I feel like sometimes when I watch, they play bad. So I feel like if I don't watch, they play good. Do you get that when you watch a sports team? Because that's how I feel. Right, Matt. If they want to, they want to. But you'll always have you'll have other opinions for sure, right? So. Well, I'll tell you, Possible Rockets, there's nothing you can go wrong with just giving it a try. If you want me to come model a header, good luck. I can't do that type of stuff. Maybe if I sat down and spent a lot more time in Blender, I probably would get there. I'm good at manipulating some stuff. I call myself a master editor because I can build square objects pretty easily in Blender and take giants doors and separate them and add, cut holes and make windows. So I wouldn't really say I'm the greatest at stuff either. I can make a building look pretty damn good. I feel like some of my normal mapping stuff, normal mapping tin worked out pretty good. I tried normal mapping like some other stuff and it doesn't quite work out. So I'm not sure if I just have to minimize faces. So like some of the more simpler stuff I can normal map. When you get some more complex stuff and I feel like I don't know enough about modeling geometry to, like, I think it was Smebby's or OS Farms. He did a lift master thing for one of his roll-up doors. Well, I tried normal mapping that, like, because I wanted, rather than 15K poly, I wanted to be like 2 or something. I wanted to get it down really small. And I'd say 80% of it normal mapped really well, but then the other 20% did not, and I wasn't sure what I was doing wrong, if I needed to join more faces. So, like, there's always that stuff where you could spend days and days and days. I just don't have days and days and days to spend in Blender, so I usually try and do stuff fairly fast, and if I don't figure it out, then I move on to the next thing. I just don't have lots of time, because I'm very limited. where I used to have tons of time and I used to stream the game, and I could have learned modding way back then. Would have made way better stuff. I had to learn it when I was moved back to the farm and work more, and have a wife, and when she's not working, and you got to be fair to her and give her some time too, right? So I can't always be on farm sim. What I would do and how I started out is, because GE and Blender move really, really weird, like if you go from one to the other. So you need to work in both and get the hang of it. And what I did is I just took stuff in GE and I would export it into Blender, and I would start separating. Just start practicing separating stuff. Looking up videos on how to edge select and face select and how to use wireframe and the different things of just separating something, and then moving around in Blender that way. If you just start there, and the other stuff will come later, but just start playing around and getting used to it. Like I used to go in Blender and then be like, uh-oh, my camera's not centered anymore. What the heck? And there's a little colon or something on your side keyboard here. I forget the actual name of it. It's the delete button too on your keypad here. And that will send you your camera back. Well, I didn't know that was a thing, so I'd always get to that point in Blender and then be like, oh, I have to get out because I can't get back to what I was working on. So there's all these little keybinds and stuff that you keep using it, you figure out, and then it just becomes more and more familiar all the time. But if you just talk about it and say you're scared and never do it, believe me, you'll never get anywhere with it. And there is no manual out there that tells you all and makes you a super modder. The only way you get to that point is by doing the work yourself, honestly. And there is people along the way that can probably give you pointers, but nobody's ever going to do it for you usually. Yep, Cheesy did. Now he says he'll be like me. You're in Blender or GE or something more than playing the game. But if you look at something and don't like it and you want to change it up and make it to your liking, then you have the power to do that. And that is so addicting. And that's, to me, that's what keeps Farm Sim alive. Like this, harvesting the lentils the last couple days on here by myself, and then this wheat crop. Like if I just do this over and over and over, Farm Sim would be boring to me. Like doing this every day over and over would get boring. Like if I'm like, okay, I need a different building here. Well, I'm going to go work on a building, and then you place it down, and then that gets me excited for the game again. If I couldn't do that, this game would be long gone for me. Or why people get burnt out of it. But I tell you, if you add modding into it plus playing, it opens up a whole new thing. Well, it's not that it isn't hard. It's not easy either. Like, there's so many little things in the scenograph in GE. If you touch something, move it out of place, then the scripting goes wrong. Like, there's just lots of little things you learn over time, and you have to watch for those things. But eventually you do it enough times, and it just becomes a standard thing, right? You do it enough times. But, like, I'm still... Like, I remember when OS Farm started modding, like, his buildings, well, they kind of looked like my first stuff. They looked like trash. And he was just trying to, do anything and everything he could to get people liking his stuff. And then now look where he's at. He surpassed most of the people in the modding community. Like, he models really well. Like, he's right up there with TNA, and because Trent's always been a really good modeler. But OS Farms, like, he can go in and model something and pump it out like that's basically what he does. That's his living, I think, so. But you can see his steps gradually getting up there. Like, he can build better buildings than me. Like, I'm a nobody compared to him. Yes, learning new things, for sure. And there you go. You got Rock and an S Fabrication as well. He he dabbles in that types of stuff, and he's made some things. And I feel like if you have that plus gaming, it's just there's always something to do, and to me it always keeps the game fresh. If I just played the game all the time, like I said, I would be long gone. Flagpole is placed. I don't know if I have them placed in the proper spot. I think the one on the auger is. It's kind of an hanger on that I made on the extra extension. I don't know where it really would go in real life. There's a few hangers I've seen on our combine, and then the other one with the flag on the back, I think I just attached it to one of the poles on the back, kind of in the corner. But then I have all these light poles on these combines too. You can see that little like tether or whatever, that little, I'm not sure. One combine's purple, one's red, one's pink. They're all different colors. So at night you see some farmers use them on their combines. They're called little light whips. And that way the cart guy can distinguish what combine he's driving to at night. Whereas in Farm Sim, they're harder to see than I think they are in real life. But I appreciate you guys keeping me chatting, though. I think I've been nonstop talking, so. I got a farmer buddy here asking me what our field view says for rain since we started seeding, so I'll have to look at that after I'm done streaming. Yeah, it's something I added to that deal. I think actually, I feel like FS Screenshots, I think he came up with that light whip before I did. I forget. I'm not sure if I did it or he did it first. I don't remember. I know he did that with different colored beacons on his John Deere combine because he said the farmer he worked for did that. So now we're almost done with the wheat. I didn't plant much wheat, so I'll have to get my conversion. I don't know if I have the one mod in. I got to see for where is. Oh, we are driving like a crazy man. I'm missing something of Thunders, I think, so I just get hectares. I don't get acres, so I was just going to do a conversion on my phone, but yeah, thanks, sir. I was looking at my phone. I should have a GPS line on this guy, but I don't, so I think one more pass will pretty much do it. No, maybe not quite. Well, I am having a beer, but it's my first beer, so should be good. I feel like all our combines are fairly empty, although I missed one at 28, unless I think I missed filling loading from this guy. Oh, he's not going to quite get it done. Darn. Should make it all the way to the end, though. Yeah, we didn't quite get this guy empty, I don't think. So this does keep us fairly busy, which I figured it would doing wheat. Corn's going to be absolutely insane, but we're not going to run 4 combines on corn. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm thinking we'll probably only run 2. I didn't do very big cornfields, though. They're like maybe a quarter. But we're going to go to some flax. I'll do a little bit of flax before I quit streaming with the pickup headers. And that's one of my biggest fields. It's like a 230 acre field, so. We'll fill that truck. Minnesota Farmer, this is Thunder Modding's advanced add-on. And he is working on a new version and updating it, but he does have a released version on his itch.io. So if you go Thunder's farming mods, or just type into Google, just Thunder, so THUND capital R, itch.io, should take you right to it. And really, I know you guys maybe don't have any money, but if you do, just send a small donation. And maybe you don't have money to give, that's totally fine, but that man changes this game immensely, and we might see Giants add a little more in like that, but like you guys, like I've been talking about, that type of realism I don't know if we'll ever truly see, and it's not because Giants can't do it, like it's the arcade thing, right? So without Thunder, we wouldn't have a lot of this stuff. It's really nice for harrowing too, because then it actually looks like you're, well, what Giants calls mulching is harrowing, but then it looks really nice because then it gets rid of that layer and you work it in, so it's nice. Oh, nice, Minnesota. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you supporting Thunder. I mean, the donations don't even come close to like what you know, if he was charging $20 an hour. But hey, anything's better than nothing. That's just super respectful. Thank you. I know he's working on an updated version that's on his Patreon that's in testing, and he hasn't quite got the moisture stuff added into it yet. And then eventually with the state controller and the bin stuff, he's going to have it. So, because right now with the dryer, like say if I want to dry wheat, I need to have wheat too. If I want to dry canola, I need to have canola too, and blah, blah, blah. So with his moisture system, you won't need any of that. You don't need to have all those extra fill types. You can just put canola in at 20%. If you want to dry it to 14, well, your dryer is going to do that. So, which he has dryer bins, but he doesn't have it working with the state controller and like bin sites and stuff. So that's coming eventually. So yeah, that stuff is coming eventually when he gets around to it. He's just trying to write it so it makes it easier when he updates it, and then of course when you have a new game come. Jeez, I didn't even think I forgot about this truck. Why, do you make some of your own buildings, Minnesota? My buildings are okay. There's some other guys. Legacy is, I would say, Legacy's probably surpassed the stuff that I do. Next Gen, well, that shop right over there, that model was Next Gen's model that he had me in game and wanted to get out to everyone. I have changed a bunch of stuff, and it's, you know, kind of got TPF's hands all over it. Like, I didn't really have much for the interior, so I added some extra stuff in there and made it come alive. But so Next Gen's always been good at modeling buildings. He just usually models stuff and then never finish it, kind of like I never finish a project. But I think there's quite a few. There's stuck up in making the files. Okay, well, I guess depends what you're stuck at, because there's lots of learning that comes along with it. I know Monaco Modding has got some. I got his little shed over here by my bins. He makes some good stuff. Legacy, River Bottoms makes good bin sites. There's NDMM modding, Bob and stuff makes some good buildings, makes better mods, but I shouldn't be. I know there's more people out there. I'm just having a, I guess Cheesy, he'll probably have some good stuff. Oh, we are full, so we need to move bins. Don't really want to tie up another 10k bin, because I don't think we're gonna, that's all the wheat we're gonna have, so I'm gonna go put it in a smaller bin. Alright, what button is it to suck this auger up? I forget. Nope, not that one. I think it's... There we go. I just forgot what... So many bin oh, no. There we go. So many bin controls on here. I gotta be careful I don't get close to these other bins or this will just start dumping in them. This bin got a working fill plane? What? Well, the auger's got a working fill plane, but... We're gonna go into the small meridian over here, I think. And I guess I can just haul it out if I don't need it or whatever. Some bins have fill planes too. I think BC Bueller's does. On his foremost, I'm surprised I don't have any of his foremost bins down. Man, I placed these way too close. What was I thinking to get back here? Okay, lid. Oh, it is missing the... Interesting. Learning how to make gutters. I'll say I was pretty fortunate. Next Gen made like an assets pack, so he modeled a gutter, and that's the gutter I use. I have been lazy and haven't gotten around to normal map, but I should really normal map it because it is fairly high poly. The gutters I use are his, and then I use Giant's downspouts because Giant's has really nice normal mapped downspouts. I just took it off their Sentinel building. A lot of the stuff on this big building is from the Sentinel building from Giants too. So I try and take as much Giants assets as I can and put them into stuff. Like these doors are off the Sentinel building. I've just reanimated the stuff, and because it was all skinned, and you know, all this metal stuff is all from AGI. I've just rescaled and used it in my building. Pretty much. To try and keep stuff as low poly as I can and still have a really nice detailed building. Like this is a Giant's door that I've taken into Blender, and it's all normal map panels, and I've added my own windows, and try and... If they have anything good American, I try and use it because it's better than most of what modders make out there. Because they already have the normal maps and stuff. So if you don't screw up the UVs, you can pretty much keep the normal maps the same and have a nice low poly thing. Now granted, some people still say that screws and stuff that are normal map they don't like because they're ugly, but I don't mind. Most of the time, nobody notices your 3D modeled bolts anyway, so it's generally a waste. But hey, if the guy is modeling and he wants to do it that way, then that's up to him. Sorry, I haven't been looking at chat that often. Sorry, guys. What am I missing? I do plan on release on the big shit eventually. I kind of want to wait till 25 now that that's been leaked that it's coming. This building still needs all the electrical in it, and going around all those metal poles and stuff is going to take a little bit for me to run the electrical, and I want to do it properly. I don't just want a piece coming out of the ceiling with buttons on it. You're going to see electrical through the whole building. That's how I do my stuff. Won't be any different. Want to make it better than, you know, my last stuff. I feel like there's a little bit left in that hopper. There is just a little bit. I can see it. Our combines are going to be waiting for us, but that's fine. So yeah, I got to do all the electrical. There's no lights in this building, so I still got to run lights, and it'll have all the electrical to the lights, and like I have no switches for any doors or anything. I got to do all that. I did do the snow on it once, but I'm not happy with it, so I got to redo the snow again. And other than that, it's get some stuff's not colored right. That stuff should be gray up there, not white. So there's a few little things, but by far, I think the biggest, nicest looking American shed there is. Don't get me wrong, there's some guys in the mod hub doing some American stuff, but it's still not American. Like, you're not going to have a granary inside of a shed, or I don't know. I was going to say, like, the Icus guy. He's doing some good stuff, but those buildings still are just not realistic. They're more arcade style for Farm Sim. I like to make my buildings realistic. You're working on making the co-op nice. Yeah, I made a seed plant in 19, I think, and I still have not finished it. I think I have pictures a long time ago on my page of it, but I need to bring that to... I need a good seed plant. All right, F, you're getting in my way here. I'm not sure how big this bin is, but this should hold the rest of our crop. Hoping it does. But yeah, that other bin I was in is a 10K, and I'm not putting another like 2,000 bushels in a 10K bin, so we will be putting flax probably in those bins. And other than that, we're going to start running out of bin space because 2 of my meridians have seed and fertilizer in them. So I really only have 1 of those. I really only have 1 more drying bin left, and then I got 3 other bins there. Probably still 40K bushel storage, but our corn is going to yield pretty well, I think. So we'll have some of that, but we'll go do a tour here shortly. Seems as our wheat is pretty well done. Yes, you can see the PDA. Now, this isn't the Drosy has an even updated version where the computer is actually planting all these fields, and none of these fields have been planted at all. So that's why they just say cultivated. So I forget what XML. I think that was something to do. I forget if that's in the farmlands, or I forget where it was, but I know he did that in an update. I don't have it, or I didn't do it on this version. So there's I think it's only been done for that 1 field up there. So yeah, it doesn't look as lively, but I forget what he did. I'll have to ask him because it's just not on this version. So because the computer should all be harvesting at the same time we are and stuff. So you could have, it's the contracts or whatever. I think it makes so you can do contracts too. He added that, and it hasn't been done on here. Okay, row crop, that makes sense. Yeah, I think he added that in an updated version, and I know Texar came and cleaned up the map files for us, and then whatever reason peas, flax, and lentils didn't work on that cleaned up version, and I've looked through it and I cannot figure it out. All the file paths look proper. I don't know how many nights I spent looking at it, so I gave up and just used an older version. So, because I wanted to do peas, lentils, and flax, and I've looked over it I don't know how many times, and I still can't find anything off, and I'm pretty good with file paths and stuff. So, it's the wheat moisture over here is 14.4. So this side of the field was a little bit less dry. Wow, 14.4 is still dry basically, but But yeah, it's cool in Minnesota if you're working on making a local co-op. Nothing wrong with that. I've got a fertilizer plant that you'll see, which is kind of mostly smebby stuff that I've kind of made into my own thing, but I'm redoing that building too because I'm not happy with what I did, so. Well, let's... Probably don't need my auger out. We're not on corn. Oh, nice. Farm in real life, so you're basically there every day. Well, there you go. You get good references then. You bet. Last pass for the wheat. I only did one field of it, so... I really knew that it was going to be... I'll have to jump in one of these combines here and see what it's yielding, but... I knew it was going to keep me busy, so I didn't want to have a lot of crops like that. I wanted something where I could keep up and still maintain stuff until I get more courses set up, but... This wheat, last time I checked, as in a combine, it was yielding about 95 bushel, which... 98, so that's pretty good wheat for Alberta. I'm not sure. It's probably pretty good for Saskatchewan too. This is Thunder modding his part of his advanced add-on. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure it's part of that. I have to look. It might be it might be his conversion system too. I'll have to look at my mods here. Let's see over here. If you go to Thunder Modding's itch.io, you should be able to download his released version. Pretty sure it's part of his advanced add-on package now. Thunder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his advanced add-on. I don't think it's not part of his vehicle HUD extension. Unit convert. Yeah, no. Should be part of the advanced add-on. Pretty positive. And then it makes it really fun to harrow. Well, it's because I'm using a John Deere header. I'm cheating possible. It's the only unrealistic thing I'm doing right now is I'm using a colored John Deere header. That's just because this hinge header was the best. It just follows the ground so well. Even better than the honeybees. The honeybees still flex, but they still do not flex enough for this map's ground. So you have to have it folded down like that in the field, but then if you use your mouse here, you can bring it up flat, and then you can set it on a header cart. It's like right mouse button, I think. That took kind of forever to straighten it up. So we'll take these back, get them on their header trailers. Not sure I'm going to worry about wash. Well, we might wash them. I wouldn't normally use a John Deere header. I'd rather use like a honeybee or something that's, you know, more realistic, but I just don't want to leave crop and these headers just follow the ground so well. Although I could use, I guess, K-Series. I haven't used his older Macdon header. That one might be good that he just released. I'm not sure. I have a Discord, but I don't. It's not public. It's just the guys I play with on the server, and that's about it. I don't want to manage a public Discord. It's easier having about 20 guys in a Discord than hundreds. The straw spread, it's Thunder modding. Thunder, T-H-U-N-D, capital R. Go on his itch.io and you'll most likely find what you're looking for. It leaves this nice little... Don't be complaining about it. This is kind of the best he could get it to look, other than it's not totally realistic, but it's close enough. People need to be happy with what they get. So, now possible. No, it's part of his mod. It's not part of the map. It's advanced add-on, I believe. Thunder Modding's advanced add-on. So it is one of his scripts, but it is not... He does have a public version out of it. So, if we go to my simple IC here, this is where you would fold the end of your auger, and I'm still using the old... I should go to Vertexes with their... It's a little bit neater than this, but this will fold the end of the auger. And it will only fold the end of the auger if you've selected that auger option. I have, I think, 3 or 4 different auger options. I have a really long auger for like a 60-foot head. Then I have some smaller ones. These are the newer folding ones. All the new combines come with these folding ones on them, pretty much. And then this is where your grain tank is, on this blue button here in the cab in real life. And I can fold my... The only thing, though, in MP or single player, when you come back in the game, these things will always be up, and they refold down. They don't stay folded, but it's not a big deal. And then I think I have... That's my ladder. This one's wipers, which doesn't work, so I'm not sure what I did to mess that up, or if I've ever used it. And then I did make it so I could open the door and the light comes on. And it's about all I got for IC. I could do a bunch more, but... I don't ever play in the cab, so I don't really care. Yes, what Cheesy said there. And then I've got, sorry, I got all my panels too. And I've added lights in there, so at night you get the wheel wells lit up with light, because that's what they are in real life. That's something that's missing, and I know I haven't added anything for like an actual... thing for pushing out the panel properly. And then when they haul these combines, they always fold those things in, so I made them. Oh, and I added these bars too. There's no bars on these panels, but there's actually a bar there, and that's as good as I could get to the real thing. I know it's not really close, but so yeah, when they haul it on trucks, they fold these arms back, so I made it so you could fold those arms as well. Only on the wheeled version. On the tracked versions, they're smaller, and then I've got them so this opens, but I need to build the proper thing for the ladder, and I need to redo the UVs on it because it was baked behind the panel, so that's the shadow. That wasn't me, that's just how Giants had it, so I could realistically pull that ladder out and do it myself and color it right, but small things that I probably will never get to because I don't know if I'm ever going to release it. So that's the thing, like if I wanted to release this, there'd be so many things I would have to be absolutely perfect. That's why I don't release a lot of stuff, because I get bored of it. Move on to the next thing. I appreciate it. Possible Rockets, thank you. I've added a lot of different tire options. We'll eventually maybe get a tracked one, but look at those panel colors. They're like see, and then like if you look them at, like it looks black in the light, but it's like a dark gray blue. Like that's the proper panel color. Took me a long time to get it to match. I guess we could wash this stuff. Probably should wash it and fuel it up. Probably just wash the header though, so won't wash the combine. Keep the combine dirty. I have this guy on. Okay, I guess I did have him on still. see, I'm hit and miss. I don't want stuff to be perfect, but if I'm releasing it to the public, it's got to be pretty well perfect. I don't want anybody to come back and be like, oh, you missed this or this. You bet possible. If you download any of my newest stuff, pretty sure I've, in my release post and on my itch.io, I think it has to be 1.1, version 1.1, because I do have 2 versions out there, and I hate that I do, but that's just how it is. I'd only need 2 X9s. Oh, you're so funny, Trevor. You still got that sense of humor, don't you? Still like the green stuff, though. I guess once you've drank the green juice, there's no going back, eh? There's got to be, other than my mouse, I wonder if J or K does the... oh, it does the real. So I got to use my mouse for that. It just takes so long of me scrolling. Pull that stuff in. But yeah, all my public release stuff, not all of it I should say, but most of it, 90 by 200, 81 by 120, the 75 by 150 or 120, I forget. It's been a while since I've used that shed. And I think my scale house, all of those should have the color select with Thunder stuff. Really should get follow me mod on here, that, because I believe it does work in single player. Then I wouldn't have to do one at a time. But actually, we'll just send this guy back to the. It's hard to see what I'm. Oh, not what I wanted. Now, I need to move this stuff out of the way here. He'll find his way. This guy's empty, doesn't have anything. I think they all are running like the same tires, except one I have different tires on. I got so many different mods in here for the mouse and stuff. And my mouse disappears because of auto drive, and then I'm trying to fold this header up. All right, come on. I think we got it folded up there. Oh wow, it is 5-1 for the Oilers. They are not going home tonight. I'm gonna have to go watch the third period though. Hopefully they don't lose. Man, if Panthers come back and beat them after they're getting beat 5-1 because I go and watch, I'm gonna blame you guys. Yes, version 1.1, and make sure you have Thunder's placeable color mod, and they should all work. Like I said, I hate having 2 versions of stuff out there, but I released stuff way before Thunder ever wrote that placeable colors for me, so. Where is... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Hey, buddy. Where are you going? Don't tell me the other guy went down here, too. Hard to find nice help. How do you recenter your cube in Blender? Do you have a little numpad on the side of your keyboard? There's right beside the 0, there's that little dot just above the delete, that delete button. Hit that and that should recenter your camera. That thing took me for the longest time. Took me forever to figure out. Me streaming is their lucky charm for the Edmonton game. Gotcha. I was like, what? Like I'm falling behind here in what you're saying. Don't see no bin site in my mods folder. No, I'm kidding. It's a Saturday. I'm enjoying it. Better be raining when I go upstairs after streaming. I better see rain. Yeah. Not much else with these combines, really. Pretty simple. I can go through some of the options I've added, but... and see, this is all our auto drive courses from the server, so I don't even have to make them myself. I just have to remember who owned what field, because this was Jake's field, and then the farm I'm at was random, so you gotta remember whose was what. It's handy, then I don't have to do it myself. But we will get to a map tour here shortly. And it's just a lot of fields and trees and stuff. There's not a lot going on, but that's also Saskatchewan for you, right? So... got a train on it. I put a train on this map. I don't know. Sometimes the train does get stuck, which is weird because the spline I made, it shouldn't get stuck, but easy enough. You can reset it too, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, there's a Rogator. Gotta show that off for Bob later. No, it's Bob's favorite. This guy can go to the Flax field. What is our Flax field up here? LC 62. So yeah, this was Lincoln Creek. This was... or no. This is one Drosty's fields. LC, I think. Long Creek. That was what their name was. Genesis is what... that's right. That's what... Random's field was, or farm was. Long Creek. We said what? LC 62. Sometime you should usually wait till they get on the road first, because they usually... oh, he's going to take the right way. Good. We'll get him going to the Flax field. We don't need them in the yard, so... might have too much for the truck, but we'll see. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I'm enjoying streaming. Hey, Caleb, how you doing, man? I'm enjoying myself. I don't stream that often because I don't have a lot of time anymore, and I just... like, you talk with some other guys that do it, it feels like a chore sometimes, because you gotta... make sure this is working, make sure the mic's working. You gotta make sure, everything's set up. It's just, I don't know. I don't really enjoy it as much as I used to. If you want to farm big possible, you need to get auto drive rolling. And Farm Sim Guy, one of the best guys if you want auto drive tutorials. There is other people out there, but Farm Sim Guy has always been good with anything I send him to review, and I would consider him a friend, so I always like his videos. Anything Courseplay and auto drive, I usually go to him for sure. And I don't know if Argsy he's got to have tutorials like that. I'm gonna be honest, if he does have tutorials, I don't watch as much as a Farm Sim Guy, but Argsy also does really good mod reviews of my stuff, so he can be another guy. I just can't think off the top of my head if he does that or not. I'm sure he does, but bad I don't keep up with a lot of the stuff out there. I used to keep up with a lot of it, but I don't anymore. Yeah, well, this guy's going to the farm because he's got more weed on him, so. Let's see, I bet you he won't know where to go. Oh, maybe he is. Yeah, if you want to learn how to do auto drive, I would recommend Farm Sim Guy for sure. One of the best at doing those tutorials. And because you do have to go around and create some paths and do corners, and it can be daunting at first for sure, but once you have it set up, it just works so nice. I feel like we're gonna have like a, oh yeah, we got a whole freaking whack of roadblocks. The map is not public, and I don't know if it ever will be, unfortunately. Sorry. This farmyard, though, I've completely done myself. The only thing that's here is these 4 bins that I'm driving by right now. All the rest I've built myself. And I got stuff in the way too, jeez. Harrows by Maple Creek. I think somebody else released some harrows like this the other day, but I wouldn't recommend. This is, I don't know if Maple Creek, if he even did. Oh yeah, he didn't. He's UDM some of that stuff, but he converted this thing a long time ago at Flax and everything nice with the ground, but just had it on the server, and I don't know if everybody ever really used it or if we forgot about it or what, but no, Maples is not. I think somebody else did a bunch of harrows, but I don't think they were UDM'd and stuff, and I heard they were not very good quality, unfortunately. Who edited the Borgo DLC? See, I've edited the Borgo DLC, but I think he edited it, but I don't think he did much. A few people that have edited that DLC. I gotta go back even further. There we go. What are we gonna have in here? Yeah, we're only gonna have a couple. 3,000 bushels max. This guy out of here anyway. Your yard's up by field 30, Benjamin. I'm down in the 60s. I'm at the farm where FS Screenshot said he always wanted to have a farm, but then when it came down to it, he didn't want to, and Random made a farm down here. This is where I'm at. You're on field 30. That's where you're. Oh, you're up here, eh? Yeah. The big farmyard. Or did you make a farm in that field? I maybe shouldn't have brought my auger. I don't want to unload into this other guy. Haven't decided where bins I'm going to put the flat. Well, I guess we'll probably go back to the big bins, I guess. Really need to go in the menu and turn like some of that Courseplay stuff off for these other things that I'll never use Courseplay on, but they even did a signature edition for both carts and seeders. All right, who was this? Signature edition? Must be somebody recently because I haven't seen it. Some of that stuff's near impossible to do. It won't be a proper signature edition because you need to change the color of the MRB or mid-roll bander hydraulics that are yellow, and I don't think you can. Maybe you can change that in Giants. I'm not sure. Some of the stuff requires blender, and then you have to pretty much reskin the whole drill. So I'd be interested to see that. No, the map is not public. Sorry, man. Not at this time. It's not mine anyway. There's a few other people that would have more of a say, and so I don't know if they, in a future date, if more work got done to it or something, or they felt comfortable releasing it, that maybe it would, but for right now, it's not. I know that much. Oh, you're talking about Borgo itself, yeah. Yeah, it is very close to Regina. Yeah, it would be nice to see Borgo do the new ones, but... Random, I'm not sure. I haven't heard from him. Haven't heard from much in Discord, or even he's not even in Snapchat a lot anyway. But this is busy season for him with chopping, and generally don't hear from him till closer to winter time. Hey Barnard, how you doing, man? It's lots of guys. Most of the guys that we play with in the wintertime, some guys are active in, like, even my Discord. They're not. I post a lot of memes in there, but most people don't find my memes funny, I guess. So I'll keep posting them anyway because they make me laugh. Come wintertime, everyone's usually back and playing. I only see Ben's online, and then CJ, and then that's it. All I see. Oh, got a little close. There is a collision on those wheels there, though, so now my auger is out of my bin. So you can technically hit the auger, and it will take it out of the bin, but gotta try and not. Sometimes my back trailer, I end up running into the collision on the auger, but be a little tricky sometimes. Waiting for the heat wave. Well, yeah. Pretty sure our heat wave will be gone because it should be getting rain. I haven't been upstairs since I started streaming, but supposed to get 20 to 44 mils. I think it's like half an inch, maybe. Oh, you have the big yard? Oh, you got all the sheds and the big bin site? Nice. That's sweet. Hopefully I'll have some more buildings here for some testing eventually if I decide to get back and work on stuff. This yard, I'm kind of spoiled. I kind of got a little bit of everything. Alright guys, we're getting close to a map tour. Just bear with me. I just want to organize my yard a little bit. I know it's taken forever, but you run a big operation like this, it just takes time. Got that. We'll move our auger later. I just want to get some of these combines situated better. We'll probably wash some headers. I do want to do a little bit of Flax while I'm still streaming, so Yeah, all the trucks are non-released either, unfortunately. This one was a Drosty. I'm not sure what parts he took from trucks, and I think he said it's been from the last couple games. He's kind of, I think he first started mashing something together, and then as he got better and better, then he came out with this, and it's a really nice truck. They all got the toggleable J brakes on, so you can turn the Jake brake off, so you don't got to hear that goddamn thing every time you slow down. And then this was a Darman 3D model that I bought, and I believe Maple Creek and gamed it for me, and we do have to redo the specular on here. The chrome is messed up on it, so if you look at that, it should look more like that. This is like upside down, it's wrong, so I've never gone and fixed it, so it does look kind of crummy, so it doesn't look good, but I still like using the truck. So those are a couple of the trucks. Most of the trucks we have, I don't think are public. I am using one of BC Bueller's Macs. I do like his older Mac. It's quite nice. And when I do get my shop done, I will be putting that bigger shop in here as well. So you might, if I do get motivated and finish that at some time this summer, you might get to stream with me having the... There's going to be some trees removed. That old house is going to have to be removed, so I'm going to have to do some work in the yard, but make room for that bigger shop. Yeah, I never used my ideal, so well, it's finished enough for the server. There's more stuff I want to do to it, but I finally enjoyed playing with it a bit on the server right before winter was over. And clearly my combine gets dirty a lot slower than the header. I might have to change that. That header and getting dirty that fast is kind of gross. Mind you, they've done a lot of acres, so maybe need to turn my dirt up a little bit. I honestly forget. What did I even say the size was? It might be. I have it in my mods folder right now, but I don't want to place it down for you guys because that's gotta wait till it's more finished. I can't be showing too much of it off yet, other than just what you see from the pictures. I really actually haven't done much more than what's in the pictures, so I do want to get these headers washed before I get them put on their carts. Man, all this stuff takes so long. It's like, oh, I'm only going to stream for an hour tonight, and it's already been at least 2 is what my stream says, probably more. Yeah, I gotta turn the dirt or something down on these things. Alright, we can go do a bit of a tour. I don't want to miss the third period. Oh, it is 6-1. Wow. Edmonton's really putting on the goals tonight. I do not want to go home. I'm going to use this washing trailer because this trailer is a beast and it reaches so bloody far. We will go for a bit of a cruise. Let's knock these deer down first. Come on, deer. Once you go close to them, they come down. Oh, I got to change the way I'm sitting here. It's getting hard on the knees. I'm getting old. Do I still mess around on my Edgewater single player? I do. I would like to stream on it, but I have 5 episodes recorded and I don't edit them anymore, so I don't really want to stream on it with all these episodes recorded because that won't make sense from, you know, my single player playthrough. So I did find somebody and he edited one video, and then I I haven't heard from him since, but he moved on. Do something else. So he did one video for me for free because he was new to editing. And I just don't know if I want to use it. Like, it's done and finished, so I could put up another episode, but it's a completely different style than what I had before, which is fine if he was going to be my new video editor, but if he just does one and never comes back, then I'm not sure I want to use it, so I'm still debating. This is where we're going to come to, and I think this big field here is probably my biggest. I think 62 is one of the biggest ones. And it is, what is it, 125 hectares? Where is my conversion thing here? Hectares to acres. What do we got for hectares? 125. I should know how to do that in my head, but I don't. So this is a 308 acre field. That's my biggest field for sure. This one's only 103. So the one above is 254. So I have 550 acres of flax. That is a lot of flax. Whew. So the wheat field we did was only 52 hectares. So that was only a 130 acre field. So we got some big stuff coming. And see, if I want to run 4 combines, you have to, as far as I know, you have to swath with 4 swathers. So that's what I did. So I can run 4 combines with pickup headers. So there's a little road down here, just goes through a bunch of, pull up the PDA so you guys can follow it a bit. You got field 29. Ben, that's, okay, Ben's planting corn on the biggest field on this map, which is this guy right here. I think it's, isn't it a 700 acre field? I'm pretty sure it is. 305 hectares. Oh yeah, 753 acres is that field. That is a... We'll see how my harvest goes. I might want to buy it. I don't think I can afford it right now. I feel like it's like 4 million. Oh. It's only 2 million? I can almost afford that. This road ends here, but it gets you to quite a few fields. Just put it up. No, not putting the shop up. No, can't do it. Have I been streaming a lot lately? No, Trevor. This is the only stream I have done since, I don't know, the last time I streamed in the winter, probably. Oh man, this truck really hauls. Dubois Ford. She's a beauty. Oh, this road is bumpy. No, you're not missing any. I haven't streamed in a long time, but this stream is going... Everybody says it's been running really well, so I'm happy with that. That road just goes to the edge of the map. Gives you some field approach access. So we are heading up this way. Now I did have a bunch of railroad signs and stuff on the map and like crossways. I'm not sure why they're gone. Maybe somebody took them out. I don't know. They're not on here. I know they were causing problems, so maybe they got, but I had arms and stuff on here. Maybe Drosy removed them, I don't know. Anyway, it don't matter. So there is a train on here. You won't be keeping up the 2X9s in corn? No, probably not. Even if you do what I did, you're going to have trucks lined up so you don't have to run trucks, and you're going to have to be running back and forth between probably a couple grain carts. If you used Custom Modding's giant balzer carts, you might be able to keep up running 2 MiG-9Rs or something. But here's just another bin site. This is all due to real life. Like Drosty, he went to Saskatchewan, and I think he was doing something for work up there, and he drove around, and actually he's like, I'm actually driving around Raymore right now. So he Took lots of photos, and Google Maps has a lot of photos, so these bins are all here. I don't know what, obviously somebody uses at a remote bin site, but some of the stuff is made up on here for sure. But back on the server. Oh, good one, Sim. No, it's doing some single player. I don't think the MP will fire up till winter again, and I don't know if we'll be on this map. Texar was working on something new for us, I think. So this is the pasture. I think Drosty made it a cattle pasture, so you can have cattle in here. And there's some old West Steel Roscoe bins, which I believe I forget who the guy was. He used to be on Serious Mod servers that made him. I just can't think of his name. So you can put cattle in this pasture all down the ravine and stuff. Or maybe this isn't a cattle. I forget. There's a few cattle pastures, but you have to place some shoot stuff. And no, Trope, I don't know if this map will ever be released. It's not up to me, but I don't think it will be, but I couldn't say not forever. It's hard to say. I do think it still needs some work before it would be ready for public anyway, but Random took a bunch of textures and made it so when you apply lime, it doesn't like make your fields like snow out. I think somebody recently released some stuff on the mod hub that also does that, but I know Random had got the info from I forget that one guy making maps. There's one sell point down here, and I don't think this sell point's real. We just wanted a sell point away from the main road, so Drosty made this sell point down here. That's true. There will be a new game this winter, right? With a leak, I guess, if it was added to the Steam store or whatever. I don't know. I might stay on this game for a little bit until you get enough stuff, but I made some placeable. He just used my placeable scale from my building. Made a scale there. And then this is one of Riverbottom's bin sites that he made a placeable. So this is a bale sell point over here, and then animal dealer over here, and then he just placed a bunch of vehicles around the map to make it kind of look. This was just all added in to make a sell point. Yeah, I'm not ready for new one either, but it's at least better than their 2-year cycle. They're at least sticking with that 3-year cycle now, which is nice. So honestly, I could go for a 4-year cycle, but unfortunately, I don't think there is a lot of good Canadian maps. Like, don't get me wrong, Camille makes some good maps. I just feel like they lack some of like the road and the ditch detail that a lot of maps need. So yeah, there's another pasture gate here, and stuff's fenced off, all barbed wire. Like, you get field approaches here, and you get like your ditches down here, and it's just Camille makes good maps. It just, I feel like all his roads are flat. Everything into a field is flat, which maybe he'll change that up. But other than that, yeah, I would think his maps would be the next best Canadian maps. I may be missing some people. I maybe am on an older version, but I was pretty sure I was on the server version. At least in my server mod folder, this was the version it was, but it's hard to say. I'd already started on the cleaned up version that Techstar did, which probably didn't have some of that newer stuff. And then I added the server version in because it didn't have the crop, so I actually probably screwed up the map a little bit. That's probably why I don't have the railroad crossings and stuff, Ben. Chevy through and through. I know, you like John Deere and Chevy. All the wrong things, Trevor. So yeah, more roads, ditches, fairly high ditches. So, I mean, you can still go into the field, but pretty much every field will have field approaches into them like real life. There may be a little steep, but nothing a landscaping tool can't fix if you don't like it. Now we're going up top on the top of the map right now. Oh. Back when this map was first done, this is one of the first fields that was ever made for the map. So the rest of the map was pretty well blank, but this field had trees and the bins on it, and this is one of my favorite fields with a remote bin site here. Field number 2. Or 3, maybe. I think it's 3. One of my favorite fields. But we farmed it so many times, and then when Drosy completed the map, it just kind of got forgotten about a little bit. And I mean, not everywhere roads and ditches are uneven like this too, right? Possible. Like I know there's some roads in our county here that it is pretty well flat with the field. Like I can pull over for somebody and I'm level with the field. I'm not going to roll nothing. So just depends on the area too, right? So there's a little road down there that connects into some fields. I don't really need to go down there and show you that. But just little details. And it's Saskatchewan, so there's not a ton of trees. It's a lot of field, but like I said, all the details there, all the bushes, all the trees, everything that's there. He did it all. I think 8 months to a year it took Drosty to finish this map. So if you want to do a good job, it takes time. Has some very weird edges. Yeah, it probably does. That's fair, Troy. Edgewater is kind of what this is in a smaller package. I think there's maybe... I don't really like the fields in Edgewater. I mean, that's how it is for that area, so I totally understand it, but I just don't like farming those fields. I had to make them bigger and farm on something more like this map. That's what I like anyway. So another cattle pasture here. Gates there. This is one of the... I don't know if we were in this yard and we were playing MP or not. This yard is another one of my favorites too. A bunch of just standard bins. You can sell them all if you don't want them. But these farmyards are all real life farmyards on this map. There's a chute package that goes down there, so then you can drop your cattle into the yard. Yeah, Edgewater is like a smaller version of this, and I feel like it maybe does some stuff better that this map doesn't have, but Edgewater has more of a town. This map wasn't really based around a town, so where the elevator is, the elevator's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so there really isn't a town for this map. Like there's nowhere to go buy fuel. But it doesn't have all those aspects that some of those smaller maps maybe have, but you just got to pay for fuel or have it trucked in. There's nowhere that really, a town where you can go pick up fuel. So a lot of people wouldn't like it for that. But like I said, this map wasn't built around a town, so. This is a cattle pasture. It's massive, but you can put cattle in there in that big grass place. Probably could hay it too if you wanted. So we're starting to get into some of the... There's not too many more roads I can take. I think this next road leads me back to the highway, which I'll show you guys that. Just down there is more fields, some little back roads. Nothing really to show you at all. Like I said, it's mainly just roads and fields and... Yeah, Drosy put a lot of time into finishing it, so... It's got all the DLC foliage on it, so the grass doesn't stay green, it will wither, and trees will do the... I guess trees have always done that, but all the foliage does it as well. So there's some odd shaped fields in here for sure. Loma, yeah, No Creek sent me a copy of that because he had used some of my buildings, and I tried out one of his earlier beta versions, and I quite liked it. I think he's kind of on a whole nother level of detail, that guy, that's for sure. But he's always... Every map he's done's always been a step up. Usually he always perfects and does better than his last stuff, but always retains his quality. He's always been really good. I was impressed with the version that I just don't have a lot of time, so I didn't put too much time into doing too much testing on it, but I did get a little bit of time on it. So on this side, you're definitely getting into some more like Edgewater fields. There's a lot more trees, and I do know that Drosty took a lot of trees that were in there in real life. He didn't put in here because it was too much. He tried to put a lot more in than, you know, the other side, but a lot of us don't like farming on this part of the map, so he hasn't released it yet. I think he said he's finally got to where he thinks the map is in its final version, and then he's going to send it out to his testers. As far as I know, it's not released to the public yet, but... I guess there's another road with some more yards, so... I'm not going to probably see every yard. We'll go to the main highway, which I need to add snow on this highway. I haven't done that. We have a sell point down here. The feed mill's down here. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to be able to stream. I got to go watch some hockey here soon, but I wanted to get on some Flax, but I'm not sure if we'll get there. We'll see. Yeah, train track runs along the highway pretty much. You got power poles. Lots of field approaches, culverts. I mean, you could probably even add more stuff in yet. There's probably some more road signs that could be added. It's kind of got stop signs already, a little yard there. And this feed mill was, it's from ATS, and Desmodding brought it out. So it's basically his, and then he had me add my normal map of tin and stuff to it. So it's got some actual textures on it. I think I added doors and then tin. And then I also changed the bins up on it, added some Giants bins rather than some crappy textured bins from ATS. So this is the feed mill, and you can buy feed here, you can sell stuff here, so works good for the cattle guys anyway. Kind of on the edge of the map, kind of makes you drive, which is kind of nice. And like I said, I don't know if it will be released with 25 coming out. I don't know. Maybe it'll be converted to 25 and brought up to 25 standards, and then maybe released with some more work on it. Like it's a really good map. It just, there's some density map Lua's with it, and it needs probably some more density maps added for more crops. And so there's just some little things that to be cleaned up and be, I would say, presentable for public, but it's not all up to me. I only helped with part of it. I feel like quite a few guys on the server have put some stuff into it. Randoms put some work into it. Rossi's put a lot of time. Runs like Turtle, the original, put some time into it. So. Sure, if it was public right now, there'd be lots of things that people would find wrong with it in certain spots. Like some of the traffic floats there on the spline. So that, to me, would be something that would need to be looked at. So. There's just some rig stuff, I think. Some oil field stuff. I don't know if there's water planes when it rains. Like, that's maybe something I would be interested in adding. You know, have the water levels go up and down, because I know some maps have that. That's also something that I want to add to my placeables, but we'll keep that under wraps for now. That's where I'm going, possible. We're going to the elevator. See, we got an elevator sign here. Viterra Inland Terminal. About the last place I'll show you, and then we'll make our, it's like the mass. You can see it there, that massive thing in the distance. You can see it across the whole map. So, I mean, the view distance on that thing, we didn't bring that down. We wanted you to be able to see it through the whole map. We didn't want it to disappear in the distance. You got to see it the whole time. So FS Screenshots originally built it. And then I added a TPF touch to it and added dump points and lights and a probe. And I would say it's not really like OS mappings quality stuff. Like, I feel like some of his stuff's better in his co-ops and stuff, but I was happy with it, so. Feel like this area could use a little bit more stuff. I like my seed plant would go good here, and a couple other just static buildings I'd like to build. So Rossi did the sign, and there's supposed to be a scale place down here that you drive over for the probe. Come around here, and then there's a dump point under the main Viterra. So I made a pit and kind of made an area in here with lights. And I'm not a huge fan of this area that I made, but I do like my pit and stuff. So this is one of the main places you can sell in the elevator. Clearly need to do some groundwork there. And then this one is for filling out, which really has no use. I always wanted Thunder to make like a trucking script, so if you wanted to run a trucking company, you could go to this elevator and pick up grain from there and move it to this elevator. That's what this area would be a fill point for filling trucks. There's no dump pit. And so I made this whole building. FS Screenshots just kind of made a cube and didn't have any doors on it, so I physically made lights and all the doors and stuff. And so then this pit is for filling the train. So this is the train pit. If you want to fill the train and sell the grain with the train, then you dump in this pit. Yeah, FS Screenshots modeled all this, and then I just tinned it and stuff, but there's no real detail or anything in there. And apparently not a rigid body either. So yeah, your train fills right here out of this spout, and some baking or specular map issues. But yeah, I added some kind of detail on here, and then this is the fertilizer plant, which was Smebby's that I changed up and rearranged it myself and built the dump pad over here and stuff, which I want to redo this whole thing because I feel like I can do way better. So this is where you buy your inputs: lime, solid fertilizer, seed. There's an auto drive course here. It just fills up and away it goes. And then you got anhydrous and propane over here. Kind of the same sell point that most maps have, so nothing new there. So yeah, there's another fert plant I want to build. I want to build a different one. There's lots of stuff. Who knows if we'll ever get it done, but you know. This is kind of the main area where you sell stuff. And then you come here, you can call the train, which I feel like the train's stuck because I haven't seen it in a while. Or maybe it's not working on this version, I'm not sure. I did have a version where I didn't have it quite working, so this could be it. But I do know on the server we had a working train and we were selling grain. And so we'll go past one more yard and then get back to the farm because I want to do some flax. Get on some flax just a little bit, and then that'll probably be the end of the stream. We're going to be coming up on 3 hours here shortly. Now I'm losing my voice. Maybe I should drink some water other than beer, that might help. I'm glad you like it, man, because I'm very rusty at streaming, so. Yeah, just some of these, the hills and the trees, I just like it. Like, fields are, they're flat, but they're not flat. They're not really hilly. Like, if you look at Texar's Hubert map, that is a hilly map. So you get another farmyard here. Yeah, I really have an older version, or me using a different version of the map and then putting an older version on. I think it screwed some stuff up because there's a lot of stuff missing. I'm noticing missing on this map, like you said, Ben. Yep, pretty well a fully, and I mean, it's Saskatchewan, right? So it doesn't need as much detail, but fully detailed 16x map. Every corner has trees, shrubs, or something on it. There's not a single corner that's not completed. But with it being Saskatchewan, it's a lot easier to complete than if you were to be maybe necessarily in Alberta. Well, a lot of Alberta can look like this too in spots, so. You know, maybe there would be some more power poles coming down some of these roads to some of the farmyards, which I thought there was. So maybe I must be missing some stuff because I feel like the version we played on was had a little bit more polish than this, but still fairly polished for most 16x's that I've seen. So. Well, that stuff takes a long time, right? So you get some of the people that do a 16x map and within 3 months they're like, I'm done. And I'm like, no, there's no way you're done. You can't physically do that much detail work in 3 months or like a month or something. It's just, oh, my stream is loading. What the heck's going on? I had to refresh for some reason. My stream was thinking. Another farmyard there. This is kind of back into the corner again where we're farming. When I did my lentils there, I did not have weeds like that. They were very scattered like a 1x map, and now they're everywhere, so. We'll have to work them under. Yeah, I'm not getting any drop frames or anything, so you might just have to hit refresh. Oh, it went right past my yard. Probably the Starlink internet. Probably dipped or something. I do like this trailer though. This trailer is really nice. Loaded up with soap and water and He reaches a long way. I guess we will need these headers probably for straight cutting canola, but they're going to get a bath right now. Yeah, I don't know. I just seen it blipping there. No, this is by GTX. He's made a pressure washer, and you can buy like a longer length hose and stuff. You like I can almost reach over here. Yeah. Ooh, we can come all the way over here with it. Well, you can control the strength too. You can control your PSI on how quickly you want to wash stuff, so it's pretty nice that way. I can't believe I even got over to these guys. You can control your strength. You can load it with soap. You have to fill it with water. You also have to fill your thing with gas. That's pretty cool. And I like it for washing big stuff outside. My big shop will have a wash bay, which then you can pull in like a header, and it's not wide enough to drive in with the big header, but you can pull drills in, and I just don't have it done, so I can't use it. This is public. I believe it's on the mod hub. Pretty sure. A GTX guy, most of the stuff he does is really good. I like most of GTX's stuff. All right. Well, these guys on their header trailers and get to our field and get some flax started. Not sure where all my trailers are at. Oh, here's one. Kind of scattered all over the place. I'd recommend do not park these trailers close to each other, because then your headers get stuck. Uh-oh. 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 This is a little unrealistic. I don't think I'd be able to climb back up out of that, but we did. Yeah, if you park these close to the other trailers and headers, they get like stuck with each other, and it's kind of a little bit of a pain, but yeah, I haven't really. I made that hill a little too steep. I need to make it a little more gradual, I guess. Benjamin, I actually do. I have a door going through the wash bay through both sides of the shop, so you could technically do that. Pull a header in and fit it through there too, so. I did do that because I was just basically, I just had like 3 columns, and I'm like, well, this is kind of shitty for a shop, just having 3 columns and you can't get between them, so I did make a couple of doors. So I did change that up in it. And we want our ladder in. This is when you would put your ladder. And if you're going down the road with the pickup header, you never leave your ladder out. Because generally your tires are as wide as your pickup header, and you'll break your ladder off. So that's just usually something that I always do. And I don't have the... That's something I have to do, because on the tired version, your ladder does not come up like this. This is a tracked ladder only. Forgot I haven't done that part on this combine, so. Yeah, I know, Ben. I try and be fancy, you know. Gotta please all you guys. Long Creek, 162. Off he goes. I feel like that header is already falling off that trailer. Yep. Clearly it was not meant for CM's header trailers. Going right here, I suppose. Like, that's even why I put a door in the middle of this building too. Like, you don't have to use it, but it is nice that it's just not in one side and out the other. It does, you can put some smaller stuff in the side. Maybe I'm maybe not putting those headers on properly either, so that could be it. Yeah, we'll try possible, but sometimes it's just nice, you know, playing on this farm without having to stream, and I can maybe get away with doing a little more unrealistic things. I don't think I quite have the mass or the brakes on these either, so they like to do a little bit of rolling. Yeah, I put Monaco shit down here. That'd be good for like seed treatment and stuff, and I don't got a lot in there yet, but thought I could fit my seed treatment auger in there, but don't quite fit. Yeah, gotta be unrealistic a little bit, I find sometimes, but try not to be if I can. But we haven't had rain for a while. We had a lot of rain in August on this game here, so a lot of my crops weren't drying, and now we've had quite a few nice days, so it's a little more drying. Nice. Trevor, I was going to say, if you're still here, I'm using the John Deere header. You'd be so happy. Not sure what I'm going to do with these, because I kind of want to put all the headers together, but with what they do when you have them together, I do not want to put them together, so I'm going to have to think of another situation for... Really annoying how that's kind of sideways. And it's sliding. I feel like I don't know. Why is it everything custom modding slides? Drill, planter, header trailer. What are the best 16-minute maps in 22? I really don't think there's any. Other than this one, and then Texar's Hubbard, sorry. Hubbard, I said that wrong. That, if I think he's still planning on releasing it for 22, it would be the best 16x, public 16x. I really do not like any of the other maps out there. I just feel like everyone out there is lacking in detail in some way. Different textures. I don't know. I'm probably, yeah. I really don't play on any other maps other than this one or Edgewater or Texar's Hubbard map, which I still being worked on, but we've got to test it a bit, and it's, I think a lot of people will enjoy it. It's a very detailed 16x. Oh, I was gonna fill these guys up with fuel too. Oh well, too late. They're going working. Other than that, I don't really have much of an opinion because I don't really pay attention to anyone else's. And I don't... Oh, wow, that thing's gone way off the hill. Oh, man. Oh, that other one's gone too. What is going on with this world? Yeah, the landscaping can be tricky for sure. Some of my yard's not even that nice, but I feel like that's one thing they did worse. The landscaping, the level tool and stuff, it was, I don't know how to explain it. You could just get closer to buildings in 19, and then 22. Once you place a building down, there's kind of a gap between there and where you can like do the land and stuff. It's really weird. I feel like they did add some stuff to the landscaping tool that makes it better than 19, like, you know, how doing a slope and stuff like that, but in some cases they also made it worse. So it's kind of 50-50. God, having 4 combines takes kind of a long time. Hey, those guys are all heading off to their field. Yes, you can get a hang of it enough if you really, really try, but... Thinking, where's our wheat bin? We need to close the lid. Open the lid on this guy. This one's empty. We'll put Flax in there, and then probably put Flax in these two as well. Empty. Empty. I believe this far one is empty as well. Yes. We got a couple meridians there. We'll do that, and then I do. It's just so many keybinds for this auger. It's hard to keep track of them all. I guess you probably wouldn't move the auger around like this anyway. You'd probably fold it up and move it. Now, so we don't really handcuff ourselves in the yard, I think I'll angle like this. Yeah, the Giants, they messed up their one West Steel grain bin for sure. Their flat bottom, and then their auger. That's supposed to be a 90-foot auger. And it's only like a 60-foot, like it's... The auger that is really... I'm not sure how they messed the scaling up on that, but it's really bad. Which sucks, because I was so looking forward to it. I'm like, oh, a 90-foot auger, and then we get it in game, and I'm like, that's not 90 feet. Pretty sad, but... Yeah, I think this is a 110. And it's a 110 because you can pull a Super Bee up. I can have this a bin and still fit a Super Bee in here. So I think he did 70, 90, and 110 or something like that. Maybe there's an 80 in there, I forget. But anyway, she works good. Oh, we got a whole traffic jam here. We'll end off with just a little bit of flax combining. Have a lot anyway. Somebody's making a 120-foot west steel auger? I have no idea. I have not seen it. There is one out there that Polygonish made, and then somebody kind of did some more work to it, but it was never really, in my opinion, good. But now I need to get these combines right because I have them in the order of how they tab, so then I can tab from 1, 2, 3, 4. Like to make sure I get my tabbing order proper. So get rid of this course. And then we need to go with our swathing course, which I believe was field 62. You usually have to go out before you can load the course. I want to use my swathing course. Now, should we leave flax straw so we can bale it? Probably not. What am I doing here? Stop that guy. And him unfold it out. You know what? We could probably actually save. I don't think I've saved this in quite a while. Probably do that. I would hate to lose all this playtime. Oh man, the hockey game's almost going to be over. I'm going to miss the whole thing. Guess it is almost 9. Flax is at 20%. Oh, we must not have... Flax must not be set up. We're going to run into 5.2 bushels the acre. That's a problem. Oh, yeah, it's not going to be... Leaves a... Yeah. Well, we're going to have some problems with this. You bet, Sim. It's been going real good. Got a lot of our... Just doing some spraying and... Yeah, it's going good. Okay, well, I'm going to have to look into this. It is... putting out a mat. And we're hardly getting any bushels, so I think he was having some swathing conversion problems with his add-on, so it might be where I'm at. So I'm gonna have to look into that. So I guess we're not doing any flax. I haven't even tried this, so. But I'm not going to stand to get 5.2 bushels the acre. That is not good. That's a terrible yield. Well, I'll be looking into that and getting that straightened out so we can actually combine some flax. So, yeah, that is really, whew. I want to be laying straw like that thick. No, yeah, real life farming's been going pretty good. So, just busy. don't have much time to do anything, so it's quite nice just to sit here and relax tonight. So my wife's on nights, and my dad was going. He bought a boat, so he's going to pick that up with mom. And it was kind of supposed to be a really crappy rain day. And when I came in I came in just before supper, and it hadn't really spit much yet. So I'm hoping when I go up there that it's just drenched outside, because we really need some rain. But oh well, if we don't. But I think that's where I'm going to end the stream, guys. So I appreciate you all watching. And yeah, I got to get this Flax stuff sorted out, because it's not working as intended. So I'll have to do that before I had 550 acres here. I want to get something off of it. But I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully I can stream again shortly. I don't know. Who knows? It might be another 3 or 4 months before I stream. But I always say I'll see you in the next one, and then I don't ever stream for a long time. But so appreciate all you guys chatting anyway. You kept obviously losing my voice, so you kept me talking quite a bit. So appreciate you, and have a good night.